So, I'm gonna be candid. Since I've been here, my dad gave me the opportunity to make a decision of whether or not I wanted to move to Atlanta or go somewhere else. And in the interim of being here, my father has let me know that his cancer has come back. So y'all keep me in your prayers. And that's one reason why I've been kind of off a little bit. I have not been on consistently, because he also let me know that the doctors, not saying that he does, but the doctors only gave him a year to live. So he did not let me know that until we moved here. So I've been kind of tossing up both of my feelings of my mom, and the feelings of my father, because I'm still slowly coming out of the feelings with my dad. I mean, with my mom. Yeah, yeah. And that's one reason why I have not been on live, um, because it's been very challenging. Because being in Las Vegas, I was free to be myself. Um, and when I came down here, my intentions were to continue to do what I've been doing. And so I have been able to, but I've been kind of like my dad's caregiver at the same time. So this is where I am. And by helping him, the best thing that happened, it's all good. I appreciate it. It's been very challenging because Lauren, um, being here, it's been being here has been a full generational trauma healing for me personally, because I ran away from home when I was 17, right? I didn't run away from home like a little girl would at 11 and never come back. I ran away from home when I graduated from high school. And because I ran away from home, because I graduated from high school, I ran because I didn't feel like I was loved. I didn't feel like I was loved by either one of my parents. And it's been a wound that I have been carrying with me until recently, until I had my son, to be honest. And it's been something that I've been trying to avoid as far as facing my own love issues. Give me a minute. My family is a very loving family on all sides. And coming full circle for me has been very different, because for years I've had it embedded in my own mind that I was not worthy of love. Because of the situation that I came through with my parents. So I ran far away. And in my mind, the idea was, if my parents don't love me, then who else will? Then I'll figure it out myself. So I've always had this independence type thing going on for me. But as I have aged, as a 45-year-old woman almost, I have come to terms that I was just brokenhearted. That's it. I was brokenhearted at the fact that my parents weren't together, and I had expected them to be together for all of my life until their dying days, because in my mind, I understood that I wanted the fairy tale. If my family can be like, have married, get kids, get married, have the kids, and live happily ever after. And for many of us, thank you for the heart, me. And for many of us, we end up in this space where this is what we believe. And that's because we've been conditioned to do so, right? But as a 17-year-old girl, when that didn't work out and my family separated, it hurt me. It didn't just hurt my family, like my brother and my dad and my mom. Thank you so much, Boo. But it also hurt me deeply because, thank you, baby. It hurt me deeply because I didn't, I expected love to happen, like in the fairy tales, like in Disney. That was my expectation for my mom and for my dad. And now that I am here in this new space with my father, I've seen a lot of things, and I am watching my father live throughout his actions, the actions and his decisions that he has made. He is dealing with those things, and I'm here to kind of see them play out, which has been challenging. There's a lot of deep seated hurt that has been kind of bubbling up inside of me where I have to face the 17-year-old me. And even my father is like, "You're not 18 anymore, baby. You're 45 almost." And so even he is dealing with the fact that he's not dealing with the 17-year-old me also. And I've been contemplating back and forth, and I'm like, why is this happening and why is this happening now? In my own mind, these are my thoughts. Why wasn't I given the better opportunity, to heal this while, my son was a little bit younger, or, my father was a little bit younger and he had more energy and more stamina where, he can, talk and he can talk, my dad can talk, but he can walk better. Why do I have to be in this position where he is, not doing 1,000%? And I could take out on revenge and, be mean and be, spiteful and display the 17-year-old anger that I still have. Surprisingly, I'm like, I'm 17 again. Or I can just try to be as open, like I share with most of you guys who get your one-on-one session with me. I be open to the opportunity of understanding his point of view at this age, at 45. And when all of this happened, he was actually around his 40s as well. So now I can see him for who he is as an adult version versus the 17-year-old me looking at my daddy. The topic for today. And these are some of the things that I am actually dealing with right now. The topic for today, and if you are having daddy issues too, stay with me. Legacy of love. Believing that I am enough. The class objective is to help you guys identify the release of generational beliefs, me too, of inadequacy passed down through the fathers, from your fathers, and to replace them with a deeper knowing of worth, regardless of perfection, productivity, and societal roles. That's what we're talking about today. And the reason why we're talking about it is because this is what I'm dealing with, but this is also part of my schedule that I have, which is weird. So I'm supposed to talk about it. During this time with my father, I've been questioning whether or not why I have to prove my love. All of these years, I realized that throughout time, from 17 until now, I've always felt like I had to prove my love to someone. I had to prove myself to this person, individual person. I've always, for each partner that I've had, I felt like I had to prove myself to them. I had to prove it to them that I was worthy. of their acceptance, that I was worthy of who they are. I was worthy to be in their presence. And if they didn't see my worth, I literally would bust my butt to share with them how great I am and that they would be remiss not to have me. But even in the same regard, I would also have my walls up, showing that I can not be penetrated. My barriers, my walls. You can't come past this force field. The invisible force field that won't let anybody in. And that stemmed from the relationship that I have with my dad. Can you guys relate to that? And you can put a 1 in the comments. And for you guys on YouTube, y'all put y'all stuff in the comments. Because I do read them, I promise. Can you relate to that? And if not, it's all good. My story isn't everybody's story. Welcome in. My story isn't everybody's story, and that's okay. But it's somebody's. I know it's out there. Got 1. Both presents. Got 2. Yep. Thank y'all. So today's intentions is to heal this area of ours. Hey, Dee. To heal this area of ours and to remember that we are enough just as you are. Who you are is more than enough. Just being is more than enough. One of the coolest things is, like, my dad is my last parent, right? And I found myself like a little girl laying in his arms like this. And he's like, I love you, baby. You my baby. I love you. You my baby girl. And it's like, I cherish that. I cherish that. He's like, there's nobody, you my only one, like, for real. You my only blood daughter. Like, I ain't got one. I ain't got no more. And understanding that no matter what I do as I am, he still loves me. And this 30-year gap that we've had being in each other's company, this 30-year gap that we both have has been different because now he's seeing me as an adult and he's gauging me. Like, when he looks at me, he's literally gauging me, trying to see me as this person, trying to analyze who I am and what I do and how I do things. But even in that, with his analysis of me, I can still feel that love and I can still feel that love and security of of how he feels for me in some regards. We're still learning each other, which is different. It's my dad. The struggles that I have been dealing with recently is my dad is a boomer. He's the latter part of the boomer age. And for him, his ideas of me being successful is the life that I used to live as a younger adult, where I was a bank branch manager. I was successful. I was a stock brokerage. I was working at a stock brokerage firm. I was a teacher. Teacher of the year, in spite of all these things that have happened. And now, I'm just a mom to him, right? And I'm a mom trying to figure things out. My dad doesn't know what I do. I try to explain to him that I actually help people. And his idea in his mind is, well, why don't you get, and everybody knows this is how the boomers think, why don't you get a regular 9 to 5? Why doesn't it make sense for you to get a 9 to 5? Why do you feel like you have to follow your passion, your heart, and your dreams when you have responsibilities to take care of? You have a son now. And no matter what I say, like, oh, Dad, this 9 to 5, I get a 9 to 5. This is what could happen. I still got to pay for childcare because I ain't got assistance no more, Lauren. I ain't got assistance no more. These are the things that you battle as an adult, right? And an adult in this age, in this time. And he's not understanding that. And I can't make him, right? All I can do is just keep doing what I'm doing and plugging that away. But it also puts me in perspective of me trying yet again to prove my worthiness to my father and prove my worthiness to what he has going on. And I'm challenged because I can't continue to prove my worthiness or my worth to a person who doesn't understand what I'm going through. A person who doesn't understand what part of this life and what this life has in common for me. I went through something similar with my grandpa here. Their generation is difficult, very difficult. Yeah, because me and you are 10 years different, so it would be your grandfather. That would be your grandfather. Yeah. Yeah. We're 15 years apart. I think we're 12, 13 years apart, me and you. That would be your grandfather. Yeah. Very much stuck in their ways, and also stuck in how they've always obtained things. And so I've been finding myself trying to prove to my father, like, no, Dad, I got a job and I do this. I'm like, I never want a 9 to 5 ever again. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want a 9 to 5. I want flexibility so I can be around my son. That my son is my number one priority. Myself is my number one priority. My mental stability is my number one priority, right? I need to find something that's more flexible for me. Hey, Forbidden Goddess, welcome in, baby. And so that's what they aren't aware of how times have changed. My father is the same way. Exactly. And no matter what, hey, boo, I totally understand. They are hard-headed, and I have to let him air it out. Yeah, and I can speak my piece 1,000%. So thank y'all so much for letting me know I'm not by myself. This is not my crazy. I'm not the only one. This ain't it. Thank you so much for the likes, love. How are you? Y'all make sure you follow Forbidden Goddess. She be hooking you up with all of the insights. Without her, I don't know. I think I would not have quit, but it's nice to have a sister who does the things as a sister. Right? And then they put you in this space where you have to question, are they right? Am I living in the right paradigm? Am I living in the right world? Like, is this my place? Is this my place? Like, I question it all the time. Like, am I right for doing this? Because things ain't the way they used to be. But then you have to really look at how they were brought up. And another thing that I deal with my dad, I gotta air all this stuff out. And another thing that I deal with my dad is how he calls women females and men men. And I'm like, Dad, why do you do that? And he's like, well, because females are more feminine and women are more manly. And I just shake my head because it's like, what does that mean, Daddy? Like, I don't understand. Like, women are just as strong as men in different ways. But we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you raised a tomboy. Like, I used to be outside doing all the stuff that you did, right? Right. I used to be outside doing all the stuff you did. Change a car, change the oil, change a tire. I know how to change a tire. I know how to put in a battery and take a battery out. I know how to do all these things. Girl, I know, but it be messing around with him made me feel like I'm crazy, right? But this is also mine does that too. I thought that was just a military thing. My dad was in the military too. Oh, yes. My people. I'm not alone. And men, if you're in here, this for y'all too, because I know y'all got y'all challenges. And if y'all got your challenges, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm trying to tell you. It's not, I think this is more of a generational thing, honestly, in some way regards. And we're going to talk about how those changes of how the man who taught you to be who you are today, that man doesn't really fit today. Just like women, the way our moms taught us to be, that woman doesn't really fit for today. So where do we stand as this generation? But it's another topic for another day. But when we look at that and we listen to our fathers saying these things, right? And they are putting these ideas in our heads that we must achieve, or as women, we're less than if we don't do certain things their way, or you don't need a man. Oh, my dad. Well, I don't know if you're ready to have a man yet, but I mean, you got the right attributes to have a man. There's some things that you can twerk a little bit, tweak a little bit in order for you to actually land your man, but you're doing all right. What? Daddy, what? I'm not even focused on a dude right now. Like, really, I'm just chilling. Like, I just want to make sure me and my son are stable. That's it. That's it. That's all my focus is, right? But these are also the things that, again, puts us in a space of I must achieve to matter, right? I'm learning that being in this position with my dad is putting me in a position where I need to stand up for myself. And the person who's standing up for themselves isn't just the 45-year-old self of me, or the soon to be 45-year-old me, but it is also the 17-year-old girl who felt that she didn't have a voice and that she had to leave, right? That's who's speaking for me, standing up for me. I had to look at the things of the wounded child at 17 years old and look at her. And she's the one that's saying all of these things that she wanted to say, knowing that the 45-year-old me will protect her. That we don't have to continuously listen to this idea that has been given to him based on his generational makeup, that we can actually speak our mind. The legacies of fathers who tied their love to performance work, ethics, or obedience. And again, like Alessi, Alisi. There we go. Alisi was saying that her father is a military man. My daddy is too. He was in the Navy for years, 20 plus years. And his legacy was always tied to obedience, performance, and work. And so his idea of me being a successful woman, a successful adult, is tied to performance, work, and dare I might say, obedience. Because there are certain things he wants me to do, but I'm like, Dad, I'm not doing that. And he's like, oh, I keep forgetting you're not an 18-year-old kid. I'm like, no, I'm not. And by me saying that, puts in the idea that I can stand up for myself, even to the man that raised me, the man who has authority or had authority over me when I was a little girl. What I realized is the mental impact that this has caused me being an adult and growing up in this state of being is high functioning anxiety, hmm silent depression, hmm hyper independence. And this is what I talked about in the very beginning of this conversation. And rage, irritability masked as masculinity. And I can definitely tell you that I have some masculine ways. I do. And that came from my father always trying to put us in a position where I must achieve in order to matter. Even now, he's reflecting that. And I'm not trying to make my dad, some evil guy. He's not. He's not an evil guy. My dad is a boomer. He's the latter part of a boomer, right? He's not evil. He's not evil in any way, shape, or form. But as far as I go as his child, this is something that I dealt with for me. When it comes down to a son's perspective, pretty much the same thing. From a son with a father who believes that achievements that I must achieve in order to matter comes with high functioning anxiety, silent depression, hyper independence, rage, irritability, masked as masculinity. And for the daughter, in addition to, if I'm not perfect, I am not lovable. And this is something that I personally have dealt with. And that's the emotionally unavailable. That's been me. Hypocritical fathers. That's what I'm dealing with in a sense. That leads to the mental health impact of that leads to low self-worth, attachment anxieties, chronic people pleasing, and eating disorders or body shame. So I'm gonna make sure I break this down for you guys real quick. When you have a father, when you personally as a person has inherited beliefs that you are not enough unless you believe, for men, they believe, and women, this is universal. If you believe I must achieve, and the legacy of the father is who tied their love to performance, work, ethics, or obedience, the mental health impact is high functioning anxiety, silent depression. I think I'm gonna put this right here so y'all can get both of y'all at the same time. There we go. I think that's better. Here we go. All right, there we go. Silent depression, hyper independence, rage, irritability, masked as masculinity. So the real macho men, baby, you're not macho. You're hurting because your dad was trying to make you very wanted you to show his love through achievements. And for the daughter's perspectives and or the sons as well. The belief is that when you have a father like that, I believe I'm not perfect and I'm not lovable. What ends up happening is the father is emotionally unavailable, especially if you've been in the military. If you have a military dad, they're emotionally not available at times. And it's because they can't show emotions. And if you have a military dad, you understand. Because if they showed emotions in the military, they would be deemed as not a threat and not dangerous, right? But what ends up happening is their emotional inability puts you as a person, as a woman, as a little girl, in a position where you may have low self-worth. You may have attachment anxiety. You are a chronic people pleaser. And you may have eating disorders or body shame because your father was the type of man who was um, had these standards. If you didn't do a certain thing, you weren't good enough, or you weren't enough unless you did a certain thing. I have a question. What did your father's love or absence teach you about your worth? You guys can put that in the chat for those who are watching this in the replay. You guys can put that in the chat. What did your father's love or absence teach you about your worth? And for you guys in TikTok, feel free to put it in the comments. What did your father's love or absence teach you about your worth? For me, because I can share about me while y'all typing in the comments. For me, as I stated, I don't know if I stated this on here, but my dad was in the Navy, and we had to change to a new city every single year. So I've been to roughly 11 elementary schools and 3 junior high schools in my life. So every single year of my life as a child, I had to move because of the military. And the impact that left me as a child, in my father's absence, was that the constant moving put me in a position where I was always the new girl, but I was always doubting myself. I would always question my self-worth. I would always question my identity and how I felt and how I presented myself towards people. Thank you so much. It made me feel like I was just a piece of property. He had to make his life family look good. Same thing. Yep. Same thing. Same thing. Exact same thing. And when you're in the military or you're a military brat, we're just gonna dive into that part too. I had that new girl problem too. When you're the military brat, you're constantly on the move. You're adaptable, which is good, and you are close to your family members. You are really, really close to your family members, your immediate family, but there's no true strong connection to your extended family unless you got a chance to see them often. You don't have the stable friendships, and everywhere you go is new. So whatever problems that you guys had in your family, me personally. Oh, yes. Okay. No problem. I've been trying to catch a class live, but I may not have the updated class info. No problem. For Human Talk, Ty. Okay. So, Human Talk is pre-recorded. Those classes are pre-recorded, and if you went through Human Talk University or thehillmantalk.com, those classes are pre-recorded, and that's like your specific class. Now, when you come on here on Tuesdays or Tuesdays or Thursdays, the classes that I teach is still in reference to generational traumas, but it's extended. So the understanding and healing generational traumas gets you to, oh, okay, I've been doing it at my own pace. Yes, I didn't know if I was missing a live class. No, you are not. Yes, you are supposed to do that one at your own pace. That's the reason why I did that. Because I know when I was doing the recordings before, when I was actually doing the lives before, people were missing parts. So through Hillman Talk, that allows you guys to do it at your own space and in your own pace. But the class is only up for 1 week though. So like each week from the day you started, and if you need me to like change the time for you, I think I can do that from there. But welcome, though, in any case. Welcome. um, but when it comes down to your fathers, right, because we're talking about dads today, when it comes down to your fathers and they are sharing this information, like Lisi was saying, that it made her feel like she was a piece of property and he had to make his life and family look good, was the same issues in a sense that I had too. And I think that came from the idea of being in the military. In the military, everything had to be polished and everything had to look good and everything had to be respected. Hey, Keita, everything had to be respectful, right? There's nothing out of place. And so, as a military family, you also have to deal with that idea as well. Nothing can be out of place at all. Right? And that means that your feelings are discarded inadvertently because that's just the way a military man is trained. Your feelings are discarded. Your feelings are discarded. It's not that they don't matter, but they don't matter because in their field of work, your feelings are, you're asking your dad who's a military man, right? Or a dad who's emotionally unavailable because of the way he was treated from growing up as a man in the space that he's in. How his father raised him might have been the same way. I mean, especially if we're talking about men who are part of the if we're talking about men who are part of the boomer generation. Boomers, they have to be macho. I'm man. I'm tough. And these are the things that my dad tells me. I'm man. I'm tough. I don't cry. You know, he sounds very similar to that, right? And it just shows that he is emotionally unavailable, right? And the same thing would go according to him. These are the things that he had to deal with from my grandfather, my grandpa. So this is an inherited idea. And even as men who will be joining this as well, joining this recap, even as men, you are in a space where you can make a decision on whether or not, hey, Super J, you are in a space where you can make a decision on whether or not you want to continue that same cycle. Is that what you want to live? Is that how you want to live your life? Is that how you want to treat your children? Right? Um, what did that teach you, Elise? Elise. I got your name in my head. Hold on. Yeah, Elise. What did that teach you about your worth? Because you said at some point it made you feel like you were just a piece of property and he had to make his life family look good. How does that make you feel today? Do you feel like you are holding on to those ideas even today as an adult? And for me, again, I'm in a position where I am looking at my life in this space now. I'm not holding on to it now. Yeah. No. Good. Good. Because that's an idea that we sometimes deal with. And I know for me, for me personally, I recently found that I was starting to try to create this perfect life in my mind for my dad. I mean, for my. And perfect doesn't exist. Perfect is what it is. Even from down to my hair. Like y'all see my hair, it was all poofy and everything, and I had to do it. But, according to my dad is like, well, your hair isn't, you know, your hair is pretty and all, but I mean, that's not technically how I would want your hair to be. Right. And even with my weight, he's like, I've been detached from my childhood lately, trying anyway. I've been detaching from my childhood. Like, you know, but your childhood is the makeup of who you are. You saw this. You saw the webinar. Your childhood is the makeup of who you are. It's the beliefs that you may need to detach from. Hey, Rasheed Jones, how are you? Thank you so much for the likes. All right. It's the beliefs that were implanted in your subconscious that you may need to detach yourself from. I get it though. And in my space where I am right now, I am in a position where I have to, I guess I meant my feelings. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. For me, I'm in this space where I'm critically analyzing because I don't want to carry these same traits down to my son. There are some that I want to keep, but there are some that I don't want to keep. Right? And for me, since I've already had my one-on-one, my one-on-one session with myself, and I had mine with my belief worker, these are some of the things in the clearings that we had worked on, but now I'm facing it head on. And I have to look at it and remember the feelings that I have buried for so long. These feelings have been buried since I was 17 years old. I am almost 45 come 2 months from now, 3 months from now, almost 3 months to the date. I'll be 45 years old. And I can't hold on to those feelings. 17-year-old me is going to have to let that go, but feel safe to let those things go. But 45-year-old me has to go through the burial and the dirt that has been piled up over these last 30 plus years in order for me to understand what it is I need to let go of. Because I've been on the flow. I've been on the flow, just like, I'm out. I don't like this. I'm out. And now I'm at a point where I can't keep saying, I don't like this. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And that's also the downfall of also being a military brat. Because if you don't like something, all you got to do is deal with it for like maybe a year, maybe two, and then you can let it go. Like, I'm out and not have to deal with it. But now, with the little one, I have to deal with it. Because if I don't, he will. And that's not fair to him. Right? But that's just my point of view. Now, we are going to do a practice. We're going to do a little demo of what I do. Hey, Brandon. I called you and I text, and you sent me straight to voicemail. Straight to voicemail. No, I know. You probably had to work. But I called. I hope you got my message too. All right, so I want you guys to do this. This is going to be your demo for today. This is going to be your demo for today. I want you to say, yep, I'm going to do it. All right. So this is going to be your demo. If you ever want to know what a one-on-one session would look like with me, this is going to be a little small demo of what to expect. I have a total of 4 beliefs that I want you guys to check on. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys what it looks like. to have a demonstration of this one-on-one session. That is really life-changing. So if you are ready, what I would love for you to do is participate. This is your free gift. Usually you get this free gift after you've completed your one-on-one session. You usually get this free gift after you've done the webinar with me. And for those who want to try out all the additional free gifts that are within the webinar, you can do so as well if you click on the webinar. And that can be found on TikTok, the link in our bio, and on YouTube, also the link in our bio. This is your free gift, and my little special thank you for allowing me to be in your presence for this last 55 minutes. Okay. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to get a drink of water. Once you've gotten your drink of water, have a little glass of water next to you or something, and drink a little bit. Once you've done that, put in the comments 1. Okay. We're going to try to make this go as quickly as possible, because if you have more questions, you can ask. But for the most part, this is almost done. We are almost done with class. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. I like it. I like my little feng shui thing going on right here. I got y'all right here, and I got YouTube right here. So, and YouTube is going to be my full recording. We're just going to do it like that. How about that? Hey, YouTube. But for those who are interested in learning more about generational trauma, please feel free to check out the link in our bio. Again, click on the webinar, check out our website. I've been working diligently to redesign it, and we're going to go from there. I got a couple of belief statements that I would love to go with you guys, or go through with you guys, and your engagement is very, very, very much appreciated. Even you that are on YouTube, put them in the comments. That would be great. Even if you're watching this recording, again, and you are not joining us live, it's okay. It's all good. Hey, I'm here. Okay, cool. Thank you, Keita. Because I'm like, what happened? Like, I done missed everybody. What's the goal? What's that happened? And Alicia, Alicia, yes, Alicia, where you at, girl? You've been with me the whole time. Now let's go. We got some belief systems going on up here, girl. All right. Now these are the tools that I use to help people break the generational traumas that are embedded in your subconscious beliefs. But in order for me, in order for me to release those generational traumas that are embedded in your subconscious, we got to find out what they are. Okay. So again, like I said, these are going to be the 4 belief statements. And the first thing that I want you guys to do is to have your drink of water. I found out this is really good water to drink. So have your drink of water, even if it's Deer Park. Have your drink of water. And what we're going to do is we're going to have you put your feet completely flat on the ground. And I'm going to have you hold your fingers really strong, like the peace sign. And then hold them firmly. And I want you to try to close your fingers. Okay. This is what I call the Jedi mind trick. Hey. Ooh. And with the Jedi mind trick, this will help you. I'm just going to cut this out on YouTube, y'all. But what I normally do with the Jedi mind trick, this is what helps me to find out what beliefs are within your subconscious. So the first thing I'm going to have you guys do, with your feet flat, fingers up like this, and be ready to close them. What I want you to do is state your name. I want you to say my name is and your real name, and then try to close your fingers. Don't hurt yourself. There should be a resistance. If they close, put in the comments closed. And if they stayed open, put in the comments open. And if you need me to repeat, put in the comments repeat. Open. All right, awesome. Now, what I want you to do is to put in the comments, what is the food that you do not like to eat? What is the food that you do not like to eat? For me, why don't I like to eat hummus? I don't like chickpeas hummus. So chickpeas, really, I don't like chickpeas at all. What's yours? Cauliflower. All right, bet. Now, what I want you to do is to put your feet flat on the ground, hold your fingers up really firm. Make sure you hold them up firm. And I want you to, say, mind closed, not sure. Okay. So, because yours closed, Keita, sorry, Keita. Because yours closed, what you need to do is to get a little dab of salt, if you can handle it. Some people can't do salt, but if your fingers closed, get a little dab of salt and put it on your tongue. And then drink some water. You only have to do that once. And then say, my name is, and then try to close your fingers. And for you, Keita, they should not close. I'm going to tell you, you putting the cart before the horse. I'm going to tell you, I promise. I'm going to tell you. No, because your fingers closed and they should have stayed open, though, honestly, that means you're dehydrated. So drink some water. Putting salt on your tongue tricks your mind to think that you are hydrated for that moment, but you need to drink more water, my love. That's what that means. And knowing me, you're probably like, oh, yeah. Oh, girl, I do need to drink some water. Cashmere, make sure your mama gets some water, baby. All right. Alisi, and I'm saying it right. I'm working on it. All right. What I want you to say, my love, is I love fingers. Make sure that your feet are flat. Make sure your feet are flat. Mine are not. And I want you to say, I love cauliflower. And then try to close your fingers. And let me know if they closed or open. Oh, because I used to close my fingers all the time. Huh, Keita? Still open. Okay. For you, I want you to stretch like this. Stretch all the way back. Take a deep breath in. Blow it out. And then move over to the side. Do the same thing on both sides. And then try it again. Hold it for like 10 seconds on both sides. So 10, 10, good stretch. Real good stretch. 10, really, really good stretch. And then try it again. Oh, because I used to close my fingers. Don't close your fingers. I'm trying to understand what you was trying to say, Keita. Oh, I still got battery life. Yay. Oh, live long and prosper. I got you. No, just these two. Peace sign. And then try to close your fingers. That one's weak. Yeah. Like my dominant hand is so weak. Like I couldn't. It's your non-dominant hand. Yeah, I couldn't. Mostly closed. Okay, we'll work with that. Mostly closed, so I'm assuming it's like right here or something like that. Okay. Keita, where you at? Because I'm about to do the reveal. Oh, I'm going to follow along and drink some water. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. So that's close enough. So in some point, in some ways, I'm confused, but I'm here. Okay. Alicia. Alicia. Do you mind holding on for a second so we can catch Keita up? Is that okay? Because it's the two of y'all, and I just want to make sure we all rocking together. We rocking with Mark. Okay, thank you. All right, so Keita, what I want you to do is to put your feet flat on the ground. And I know I can hear you. I got that part. Got it. All right. And now with your non-dominant hand, I want you to hold them up like the peace sign, but keep them firm. Okay. Your non-dominant hand, the one you don't write with. And if you're ambidextrous, just choose whichever one. All right. And then I want you to try to close them. I don't want you to actually close them. I want you to feel the resistance of you keeping your fingers open. Once you have done that, let me know in the comments. Hey, Karen. And for those who are coming in, welcome. Okay, good. Yay. All right. Now, what I want you to do, Keita, is I want you to say, my name is, and then say your first name, and then try to close your fingers with that same resistance. Once you feel the resistance, you can let go because I don't want you to hurt yourself. Let me know in the comments when you've done that. All right, good. Now, what I want you to do now is I want you to tell me in the comments, what is the food that you do not like to eat? It can't be something in general. It can't be like meat. It has to be very particular. Like Alicia said, I'm working on it, Alicia. You don't like, oh, okay. That's a shocker for me, but okay. Now what I want you to do is to have the same resistance. Keep your feet flat and have the same resistance for your hands, right? For your fingers. And I want you to say, I love spaghetti. And then try to close your fingers. Let me know if they stayed open or if they closed. Okay, cool. That means you're hydrated and that it works, right? So now to answer your question, Keita, and I'm probably sure you're wondering too, Alicia. Yeah, Alicia. Alicia, I got it. I'm working on it, Alicia. When your fingers are open, that is your truth. When your fingers are closed, that is not your truth. Meaning that you personally believe what is being said. This means you don't believe what's being said. And that means that you cannot believe it from the 4 belief systems that each human being has. And 3 out of the 4 belief systems are found in your subconscious. But that's where you would have a full one-on-one session with me, and we'll find out what those belief systems are and where they're locked in. Now, let's do the demo. Y'all ready for the demo? Put it in the comments, ready. Ready. We ready. We ready. All right, cool. Keita's ready. All right, Alicia's ready. All right. So Now, what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing, feet flat on the ground, fingers like a peace sign, and I want you to, fingers like a peace sign, and I want you to state, I am the legacy of love. And let me know if your fingers closed or if they stayed open. I am the legacy of love. So make the statement first. I am the legacy of love. And then try to close your fingers. And let me know if they closed or not. Half closed. So they're still open. Okay. So that means that you believe that statement, which is good. Open. Which means that you believe that statement. I want you to say, my worth is my birthright. My worth is my birthright. And then try to close your fingers. And let me know if your fingers closed or if they stayed open. Open. Cool. Okay. Okay, the next statement is, I honor my father, but I no longer carry his unworthiness. I honor my father, but I no longer carry his unworthiness. So you're going to hold your fingers up, make the statement, I honor my father, but I no longer carry his unworthiness. And let me know in the comments if they stayed open or closed. Open. Good job. Good. All right. And I want you to say, I am the proof that healing is possible. I am the proof that healing is possible. And then try to close your fingers. Ooh. Want to hold them strong. Barely. We'll hold them strong. Open. Good. Open. Good. Now, this one is for your inner child. I want you to say, you are always enough, and so I am. You are always enough, and so am I. You are always enough, and so am I. Hold them strong. Ooh. As I stated before, this is an issue that I'm having. This is definitely an issue that I'm having, but this is my truth, right? And that is what a one-on-one session would look like with me. That's just a brief example of what a one-on-one session would look like with me. I have a number of statements that you would say in your one-on-one session in order for us to get down to the root and the cause of a lot of our generational traumas. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yay! And now, as the end of class, I would like you guys to consider, we good now. This is now the end of our class. I hope you guys have completely enjoyed it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If I'm here, if you're on YouTube, feel free to put your questions in the comments as well. I want you guys to consider, again, like I stated, booking a one-on-one session with me and getting down to the root of issues that you may be having when it comes down to your generational traumas. Generational traumas can lead to mental health illnesses and chronic diseases or chronic illnesses. that are embedded in your DNA that want to pop out at any point in time, especially if you are stressed out. Also, it could be a lineage that has been shared throughout time and throughout your family. And I would love to offer my assistance as your belief worker to help you with those beliefs and to release you from those beliefs in order for you to have the life that you would love to have more abundantly. So, if you are interested in booking a one-on-one session with me, go ahead and click the link in our bio. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and click the link in our bio as well, and it will take you directly to book a session. And when you book a session, it will take you directly to all of the reviews that we have of the people who have done a one-on-one session with me thus far. In closing, I want you guys to understand that healing unworthiness rooted in what we did today was to help you understand how to heal the unworthiness rooted in from your family lineage, to release the emotional abandonment that is stored in your body, and to learn about how cravings reveal your unadmitted emotional needs. So when you have your one-on-one session with me, and I meant to say that, when you have your one-on-one session with me, those are the things that I help you find in your one-on-one session. But again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you don't, that is the end of class. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. And for YouTube, thank you guys so much for joining us on YouTube. And I know that this will be a wonderful class. And make sure you join us again next Tuesday. I'm gonna make sure I put it in the schedule. TikTok, y'all already know. We here on Tuesdays. Until TikToks or TikToks. Anyway, put it on in YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on TikTok. Join our subscription. I'm working on creating a 52-week subscription program specifically for our TikTok subscribers. It will be a cut version of the subscription that we'll be offering on in blackcherokee1tribe.com. So check out our website. Again, check out the link in our bio. It'll take you directly to our website and have fun, right? Have fun while you're there. YouTube, thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys enjoy the replay. Make sure you share this out to all of your friends and your families, even your loved ones, and the fathers that are, the fathers that were, and the fathers that will be. The goal is to help change generational traumas, at least one person at a time. So YouTube, I'm signing off for you. TikTok, let's continue the conversation. Okay. All right. Yay! That was fun. What y'all think? What's y'all questions? What is y'all's questions? No questions? Are we done? Okay. That's it. That's all then. It was fun. I'm so glad. You know what I'm really liking though, honestly, because I'm all about conversations. What I'm really liking is this new structure that I have because I don't have to teach the same thing over and over again. But I am going to add this to the Father's Day type deal. I'm coming up with a lot of new packages because me and you've been talking. And also, Keto, let me know what you think about this. So, because I'm always thinking about ideas. So I do like name interpretations. And the cool thing that I have found is that your name and your grandmother's name and your great grandmother's name and your great grandparents' name, all of their names come together to create your story. And the reason how I found that out is because I was trying to find out Nova's story, Tiny Boss's story, and the type of person he's like destined to be according to the names that were given to him. Oh, no worries, Alicia. Alicia, I'm not the no us, no. Got any questions, baby? So I'm going to be offering that as a new service, a new product that I have within my wheelhouse. TikTok told me to charge a certain amount, so I'm gonna charge it, and I'm gonna start. I'll start putting it in. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And something simple and quick that I can do. Thanks. You know, your insights are always helpful. I'm still gonna do the drinks, but the holidays kind of messed us up, and it's raining out here, so there's no park for us right now. But I am a part of the community that's out here in their Facebook page. So I'm going to be broadcasting that we're going to have popsicles and stuff. Popsicles and juice. Because he's so ready to juice. Mommy, are we going to juice again? Yes, baby. Yes, baby, we are. Hey, yummy goddess. So, Elise, do you have any questions, my dear? You have been like rocking. You vetted me. I watched you vet me, and I'm so cool with that. I love it. I love when people vet me and not just pop up and be like, "Hey, I want you to do." No, no, you don't. You don't even know what I do. I feel no, I'm good. Thanks. No worries. You gotta vet me. You know what I'm saying? Like get to know me. Let me get to know you. Like I'll be marinating over here. But yeah. It's definitely a service I just offered. I need to switch everything over though. No problem. No problem. Well, that's the end of the class, y'all. That's it. That's all. And I'm trying to work on TikTok to get me more my multi guest feature back. They're saying that I need to provide them with an ID, a photo ID in my picture to verify that I'm over 21 or over 18. But I can go live. Like I don't understand TikTok. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful night. I am going to do a couple of things on TikTok, uh, some promotional things. Y'all know how I do. I'm sure to see if I can do something fun. And I will catch you guys on Thursday. Peace. Bye, y'all. Bye.